Welcome back, everyone. I'm finally back to making a little bit of content. We'll see how long until the next break, huh? Not very consistent anyway. Well, I'm consistently not uploading, that's about it. But I'm back at the Royal National Park. XDiavel's back on the road, as it has been for a while now. And the exhaust is back on. This time with the decibel killers in, because I feel like I was starting to get deaf, even with earplugs, because the thing's at 110 decibels. Fucking hell, that was bumpy. Everyone's a rude prick. Nodding to all these people when they're not nodding. Steak. So, update on the bike. I'm still waiting for the companies to fucking build whatever it is that they've got to build to dyno tune this bike. The most promising one at the moment is DynoJet, which I believe they already have one available. Only problem is going that route is extremely expensive, and you have to have an extra piece of kit underneath the seat somewhere, which in these bikes is there's not exactly a lot of room to begin with. So I would have preferred a flash. It's a pretty shit spot to pull over, but anyway, which is what my tuner was initially working on. But unfortunately for the distributor, which was only one guy in control of it in Australia, he came down with cancer. Understandably, he's not basically operating all that much at the moment, because I believe he was terminal. So that kind of fucked that idea. Whoa, Betty. And so we basically canned that idea because he just takes too long to reply. Meanwhile, I've got, you know, I think he's I can't remember his exact title, but the manager of Vandemon still waiting for me to supply him what I promised for a discount. I love the brakes on this thing. They're definitely punchy. Yeah, so, you know, it was only going to cost me under $500 to get a dyno tuned with an ECU flash through this through, I can't even remember the name of it, like Revex or Remix or something, I don't know what the fuck it is. Now, going down the freaking Power Commander route, it's almost $1,200. So massive increase expense to me to get this tune done. So technically I shouldn't be flogging the fuck out of this bike, but I figured if it's going to break down again, I may as well make it worthwhile. So then that way, when if it does fuck up a second time, it's basically I'm not even going to allow them to repair it. I'm going to say to them, give me my fucking money back. This is bullshit. A brand new $30,000 bike should not have a blown motor. That's ridiculous. For 3 months I had a $30,000 fucking paperweight. So I normally, sometimes I would name and shame, but not always. But you know what? This time I'm going to name and shame because the fucking owner of this company is an absolute prick. I basically will wipe my hands clean of the filth that is fucking Fraser's in Concord. Because they've done nothing. They've done everything to fucking piss me off and nothing to fucking make shit better. Like, it took 3 months to get my bike rebuilt. There was mistakes along the way with that as well. So when they initially did the assessment of the bike, this is what gets me, right? So, as with any vehicle that's sold brand new, a pre-delivery gets done. I was told when they did the inspection on this after the engine failure, the fuel pump wasn't connected correctly. As well, which leads me to believe either the bike wasn't built correctly or the pre-delivery wasn't done correctly. So they charge you like $900 odd for this pre-delivery, and if they had put the bike onto the ECU during pre-delivery, they probably would have picked that up, but they didn't. I don't even know if I've told all of you guys as to what actually happened to the bike, but essentially I was riding up, why is this always going to happen on the good spots? I was riding up James Roos Drive, right? All of a sudden I get oil light come on, the bike starts playing up, I'm losing power, and then all of a sudden I hear this metallic on metallic sound, like a noise, and then all of a sudden it was like a bang, and then the whole thing shut down. So essentially what happened, the diagnosis was that there was a bolt that holds on a guide or something along the lines of that, for the timing belt. That came loose, timing belt went out of timing, being that it's an interference motor. The cylinder head and the valves started slapping together and essentially destroyed one another in one cylinder, in the horizontal cylinder. Vertical cylinder was fine for some reason, somehow. I would have preferred them to freaking just give me a new motor if they were going to repair it, but you know, whatever. Hey, I got a head nod, my first one of the day. Now, that's what they should have done, and I was At that time, I was really on the verge of saying, "Give me my money back." I had words with fair trading. They advised me, allow them to repair it once, because then if it fails again, you will have, and it goes to tribunal. You basically got, they don't have a leg to stand on. They'll have to give me what I want. Well, they didn't really have a leg to stand on this time, but hey, whatever. So I allowed them to repair it, even though I have completely lost faith in this bike now. I'm riding, every time I ride it, every time in the back of my head, it's just like, when is it going to leave me stranded next? Is the next time this engine fucks up, am I going to be put in danger's way? It's always on my mind. But yeah, okay, shit happens. You deal with it, you cop it on the chin, move on. Got the bike back. The service advisor at the time advised me that first service will be complimentary due to the screw around that I kept copping because of all of this and the danger that the bike put me in, because it was a major high, like a high 90 kilometre an hour zone that the thing decided to shut down in. So that was not impressive. And yeah, okay, fast forward. First service time. Call them up. Yep, want to book in for first service. Okay, no worries. Service advisor advised me that it was complimentary. Guy got a little bit iffy on the phone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see you then. I got a call the next day. Calling to just inform you that we're not covering the bike's first service. I fucking lost it. I lost it to an extent. I was still holding back. But essentially, I went off at the service advisor and said, this is a fucking joke. You guys are unfucking believable. This is the sort of freaking customer service to expect from a premium brand. The Ducati's supposed to be the Ferrari of fucking motorcycles. Within freaking 4,000 kilometers, I've got a blown motor. And then you want to come back to me later on after the rebuild, after I waited 3 fucking months for this rebuild, to tell me that you're not going to cover the first service, of which I wouldn't have had to pay for in the first place because I've already done the first service. Why should I pay for 2 first services? That's stupid. It's retarded. Anyway, I argued with this guy. I said, it's a fucking piss poor effort on your behalf. Anyway, he goes, best bet, call Ducati. No worries, give me the number, mate. So he gave me the number. I called Ducati up. Ducati was really nice. The guy that I got, really nice. He goes, give me a minute, I'll put you on hold. I'll just look up your bike, because they get everything. Everything that goes through the dealership, they get a history of. So they have all the details of everything that has happened to my bike. I'll rewind for a sec here. This is the other freaking thing that happened during the rebuild. So they sent the part list off to Italy to order the parts. Italy responds, gives me the parts, sends the parts to Fraser's. And then all of a sudden, I call up because I'm wondering what the hell's going on here. Why am I not hearing nothing? And of course they don't call you. They leave you in the dark about all this sort of shit. So I call them and I'm like, what's going on? Why is this taking so long? This is about 2 months in. And they're like, oh yeah, we got the parts, but then they sent us the wrong head. I was like, how the hell did they send you the wrong head? They had the VIN number. The VIN number should have told them exactly what parts it was. It's a 2021 model. At the time, this was 2021. It's a 2021 model. Why they sent me an old head for an old model? I'm like, how the hell did they fuck that up? Did they build this bike in the middle of one of their siestas? Like, what the fuck's going on, man? Anyway, back to where I was at. Apologies to anyone that gets offended by swearing, because this video is probably going to be full of it before I get back to my what's going on here? On, off, oh, dickhead, looking at the wrong thing. What was I saying? Yeah, fast forward, get the bike back. Anyway, I called Ducati. They're going through my file. Anyway, the guy from Ducati says, leave it with me, you've got a pretty good case. Anyway, I'm like, righto, whatever, okay, call me back when you're good. Anyway, next day, I get a phone call from Fraser's. They're saying, oh yeah, just to let you know, we'll cover your first service. Yeah, I wonder why that is, because Ducati probably called them up and said, you better do what he says, because he's got good standing to pretty much screw us legally, which I did. I'd already primed Fair Trading and primed the ACCC of this situation, and Fair Trading was on, basically sitting on the fence ready to pounce. I had my letter of demand ready to go. That was going to be the next step. Alright, so that was it. I was like, yeah, no worries. Ducati calls me up and says, look, I'm not going to say 100%, but it's looking good. And I said, don't worry, mate. They already called up and said they're going to take care of it. And they said, oh, good. I wasn't sure if they were actually going to do it or not. And I said, no, they did. Because they knew how pissed off I was, and they knew I would have taken it further, because I already told them. I said to them during that argument, and I said that I was well within my legal rights to request my money back or a new bike, but I didn't. I allowed you to repair it. And this is the shit that you give me back. Anyway, moving on, they did the first service. Oh yeah, but before all of this, I think it was about a couple of weeks before the engine actually blew, I noticed the bike was low on oil. I took it into the Ducati, and I said, look, the oil's low. I don't think the person at first service actually put enough oil into this bike. Anyway, service advisor looks at it, he's tipping the bike over and going, no, there's enough oil in it. Like, meanwhile, the bike's like fucking almost 45 degrees. While he's checking the glass. I'm like, fuck, are you serious? I've never in my life owned a bike where you had to tip the bike over to see if there was oil in it. You stand the bike upright. If it's not in the middle of the glass and there's not enough oil. So that was another thing. What? Not enough oil in the bike. The fact that the fuel pump wasn't put together right, and now I had a blown motor. Then Italy sent the wrong head. It's like, fucking hell, man, like, honestly. So once I got the bike back, I just decided, stuff it. I'm not going to run this thing in like I would normally and baby it. I probably should, but I don't see the point of running in a bike that was already running. If it's going to break down again, it'll break down again. And then so I just decided, fuck, I didn't even realise that was a cop, eh? Probably not the best time to be speeding around here. But then oh, fuck, I lost track of thought. Oh yeah, so I just decided I wasn't flogging it all the way to red line, but you know, 2/3 of the way through the RPM range, I wasn't holding back. I figured if this motor's going to blow, may as well get it over and done with, so then I can move through the process and, you know, get my money back and buy a new bike. A bike that wasn't a Ducati. So suffice to say, the taste in my mouth is pretty freaking bad at this point. So, first service done. I'm never going back to Ducati. I'll go back to my mechanic in Sofala. He can look after it. I'm pretty sure he's got the Ducati. Oh, maybe he won't. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. The software to sort of reset everything, but we'll find out anyway. We'll find out. I'm sure he can. He's got the cable to connect to the bike, so he should be able to reset shit. I just don't know if he can. He has the software to get in contact with Ducati in order to get the updates and whatnot. That might have to be done through his mate, who's in the middle of Sydney somewhere. What else we got? But yeah, apart from that, pretty much it. Now we're here. I've got the exhaust back on. Decibel killers are in because even with hearing protection, this thing is so freaking loud. It sounds bloody beast with the decibel killers out. But you know, I'm actually enjoying the thing that I notice with using earplugs, especially when you've got a loud bike. So if you don't use the earplugs, the bike's so freaking loud that it starts to hurt your ears after a while, and you can't really hear the whole frequency range that's coming out the exhaust. People on the side of the road might be able to, but you can't, as the rider you can't. It's just too loud, it just distorts your hearing. So using earplugs, it sort of takes away the really harsh top of the range frequencies that sort of help distort your hearing, and sort of put you in a position to be able to hear the majority, if not all, of the frequency range. So if I had my hearing plugs out now, I wouldn't be hearing exactly what it is that I'm hearing now, which to me sounds awesome. This, hopefully it comes through the video good, because this is the first time I filmed with this camera on this bike. This is a new camera, by the way. I got off of my martial arts instructor in Wellington. Good guy. Sold it to me for cheap, man. I couldn't get over it. I couldn't pass it up. I can't even remember what he sold it to me for, but it was ridiculously stupid cheap. I think it was like 20 bucks or something. I got a couple of cameras. A couple of them were really old. But, yeah. I'm going to need new tyres soon. I'm almost hitting wear strips. But this tyre's held up, man. Honestly. How many Ks have I got here? I don't know what I'm up to. What is that? That's the wrong screen. Up to 6,757 kilometers on the first tyre. It's pretty, not bad. Not bad. Wow. So good. So good. Hopefully there's no more cops around here. Hopefully he didn't get the idea to turn around and chase me. Probably thinks not worth it. How beautiful is this? Gotta give it to Vandemon, they make one hell of an exhaust. Got some nods. Thanks, mate. I don't want to get too quick behind this car up here. There's a couple of good corners that are coming up soon. Might need to scratch my eye. It's always a dangerous thing. Pulling your visor up while you're riding and scratch your eye. 9 times out of 10 I always end up with something freaking smacking me in the eye while I'm doing it. Yeah. See, it's been that long since I've done any videos. I can't even remember what I have spoken about on my channel. So I now have a daughter, so that's a thing. Cutest thing in the world. Everyone loves her. Everyone thinks she's amazing and cute. Got the best personality. She's 9 months now. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things. There was the other thing. So I got married. Well, I got a diagnosis of cancer. Beat that. Got married before I had the surgery for cancer. Then what else did I do? Had a child. Got a new job. Don't work in the markets no more. What a shithole that was. Told my bosses off a few times. That was great. That was when I actually legitimately went off my fucking nut. Like, I'm talking, like I'm yelling in the faces of these dickheads. They didn't deserve no better. The way that they treated their staff was horrendous. It's pathetic. I don't know how those people have jobs. Fuck, this thing pulls like a freight train, yeah! Probably shouldn't change these halfway through a corner, but anyway. Took that a bit wide. God, there's cars everywhere. This is such great weather. The last time I come up here I got fucking soaked. Ran straight into a storm. Sucks so bad. More cars to ruin my run. Elk ladder. Having a bit of a yen. Oh, Jesus. Took that corner a bit weird. He's looking. I'd probably wait until you get a bit more power behind you, buddy, or underneath you I should say, before you start pulling those manoeuvres around here. Even I don't like pulling those manoeuvres. Double on for a reason, but still do it. Cars, there's no freaking passing around here. Fuck his game. Ah, this is the best part of this road too, I think. Yep. Damn it. Be stuck behind cars. I do my best to scrape pegs around here. These new age of riders don't know anything about the nod situation. Does no one teach these people? Unless it's just a city thing where people are just constantly rude. I used to think it was just Harley riders, but Squidder. Love this bike. Thank you. Now I just got to figure out how to get past these guys. I think I'm almost at the top anyway. Probably not worth it. Oh. top where I'm going. It's probably going to be busy as hell though. Look at the view. What a view. No, this road's bumpy. You can see all the way out to Wollongong. Off in the distance there. Be alright if I wasn't hitting so many freaking corrugations. It does feel good to be back on this bike, but just can't trust it anymore. This bend is really sharp. Pretty busy up here. That was Bald Hill, everyone. Hit that stick. Look at that. Much nicer. The wind. Leather jackets turn into a sweat box. Especially this one being an Audi's jacket. Weighs a ton and freaking you feel like you're in the middle of a sauna. So thick and heavy. There's no cops. majority of the cars have to go this way for. He probably is just like, how the fuck did that guy get there? Tell you what, I got 1262 cc's of Ducati balls, mate. Cop's gone. There's probably another one out here somewhere. Fuck it. So probably the same cop too. Just out here all day, just driving back and forth. Ah, freaking hell! The sun keeps glaring off my dash. grab my bike and put my cuff on at the same time. A little bit too tight. There we go. Cruise control. How useful. Some more people that do nods. I wonder if the cops just like, unless you're doing some ridiculous amount of speed, they just couldn't be fucked coming after us because it takes too long to turn around. Look at that, you can see the whole city from here. You can see where the airport is. It's nice. That bloody wind's pulling you off your bike. Oh, missed a gear. I'll stick to the speed limit so hopefully I don't catch up to more cars. Distance. Santa suit on. Fuck, that'll be hot. Whee, hit that wide. Jesus. That sort of mistake could have cost you big time. Let's try not to do that too often. I could have leant over further, but I reckon I was coming within millimetres of scraping this peg. So I didn't have too much trouble left. I'm surprised I haven't scraped any pegs. I've been leaning over pretty hard. Well, it's probably because I'm not coming into the corners overly fast, so it's not compressing the suspension as much. When I'm going, what is it? Old Pack? Yeah, Old Pacific Highway. There's a lot of like fast, windy corners through there. I tend to scrape pegs through there because it's like you're hitting corners really quickly when your suspension's compressing, so you end up losing a little bit of your lean angle because of that. But I've just been sort of like easing it through the corners, so my suspension shouldn't be compressing too much. And then, like, on top of that, once you start getting on throttle, that sort of stiffens everything up a bit, so it doesn't compress as much. Might actually raise the bike a little bit too, depending on how hard you're pulling the throttle. So far, today has been a rather delightful ride. About 63 kilometres of range left in my tank. I don't know if that is going to get me home, but we'll see. Possibly should get me home, maybe. I'll be scraping the bottom of the fuel tank if I do. Probably go up in range once I stop flogging it. Yeah, it's already gone up to 72 because I'm not flogging it. Wonder what my average consumption. No, it's still at 4.8 litres per 100. It's stayed the same. Starting to get sore again. I've had a bad back since yesterday. These bumps are not helping. a sec. My fucking back is killing me. Might be better to go further up. Alright, for old mate, I complained that I didn't show him the final result. There it is. Vandemon Exhaust, fully installed. Absolute weapon of a system. It's a bit dirty at the moment and I haven't cleaned it. But looks pretty good, I reckon. Oh, there we go. What a lovely ride. With some kayaking and whatnot happening over here. What a beast of a machine. Alright. Yeah. Slow people. Too many people leaving. Should just stick around here for a moment. And that sounds good. My freaking suspension's squeaking. Wanting to come up. I do notice there is a slight performance difference then with the decibel killers out. The bike tends to accelerate a little bit better because the decibel killers in this system, because the system is ridiculously loud, that the decibel killers have to restrict a fair bit of air movement for it to actually dampen the sound. A bit of a bum tap to his girlfriend or wife or whoever. It's a good thing that I got caught up then. happened. I don't know what's going on here. Breakdown or accident? Oh, it's an ambo, so wow, the fuck happened there? That was a substantial accident. Yeah, look, 4C. I've driven one of them. They're very fun. How the fuck do you do that? Must have fallen asleep at the wheel or something. Because there was only seems to be one car that was damaged there. That's incredible. It was smashed in the front, smashed in the back, and smashed in the side. That looked like a T-bone, but there didn't seem to be a second car there. That was insanity, that was. I don't know if these are all turning one way here. Yeah. Nice Triumph. This guy next to me, the Toyota BRZ or whatever it is. BRZ? No, 86. BRZ is the Subaru version. It's got the full JDM spec going on with all the zip ties up the front there. Must have had a bit of a prang, I presume, because the bonnet don't look 100% in line with the rest of the car. Yeah, his name's Brian's Tyre Service. Maybe you needed better tyres, probably lost a bit of grip there and went straight into a wall or something. Well, that was the national park, if it's still filming, hopefully. Should do, it was a brand new battery. Yeah, bike's back in order, seems to be working fine. I'm having a good time on it for now. I think with the lack of gymming that I've been doing because of my daughter being in this world and having to spend more time with her and my wife, my ass has shrunk a bit, so this seat's actually hurting me a bit more than what it would normally. But I'm hopefully getting myself back into a routine. Well, I haven't gone this week, which is not right. I might go later on this afternoon. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the video, and the first video since God knows when. I think I need a new intro and outro. I've been using the same ones for so long. I need to get a new one. fuck? You right, mate? Would have preferred to be at the front, but anyway. This is why I hate wearing earplugs. Fucking my ears are starting to hurt. biggest downside to this bike. Handlebars are so fucking wide it makes it hard to lane filter.